A French lawmaker is making headlines and probably angering Donald Trump after calling for the US to return the Statue of Liberty almost 140 years after France gave it to us. This is Raphaël Glucksmann, I believe it is. You can see in this photo, he's a center-left member of parliament in Brussels who sits on their foreign affairs committee. So you could take this seriously. I mean, he's part of the body that theoretically could try to make this a thing. Here's what he said. We're gonna say to the Americans who have chosen to side with the tyrants, to the Americans who fired researchers for demanding scientific freedom, give us back the Statue of Liberty. We gave it to you as a gift, but apparently you despise it. So it will be just fine here at home. And this was reported as being a tongue-in-cheek remark because of course it was, but that doesn't mean that the guy doesn't kind of have a point. I mean, if you look at the poem on the Statue of Liberty, it says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Yeah, Donald Trump has no interest in that philosophy whatsoever. By the way, I don't know, has anyone ever looked up the full poem? Because that's not the full poem, the New Colossus. I looked up the full poem, which isn't much longer. And it starts off not like the brazen giant of Greek fame with conquering limbs astride from land to land. It specifically contrasts the Statue of Liberty, which is a welcoming figure, with someone who's just doing like false bravado as they try to conquer the world, which is Trump with Greenland and Panama and Canada and Gaza and all of that stuff. It almost couldn't be more perfect at this point. And so anyway, I like Glucksmann's point that yeah, we're not only firing the scientists and all that, but we're deporting good people. We've turned our back fully on the very idea, the philosophy behind the Statue of Liberty and the philosophy that underlied America's decades-long growth in strength and prestige and dynamism and creativity by bringing in and integrating all these different waves of migrants from all over the world. We've turned away from that now, and we're just doubling down on, I don't know, whatever like the fail sons of white billionaires can achieve. That's America's future. What do you think, JR?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll also ask to rename it the Statue of Oppression. I mean, Gulf of America, we're renaming things right now. Let's just rename stuff for absolutely no reason. But no, you think about, like you said, you talk about the poem. It's so directly on the point. I'm surprised there's no Onion article on this yet. But give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. This guy sat at the New York Stock Exchange when he first was elected and said, I'm opening up the government to anyone who's gonna drop in $5 billion or more, and I'm gonna give you whatever you want. We'll lower the deregulations, we'll continue to give you free reign and put you at the front of the line. Skip past all that paperwork because you're richer. That's the kind of immigrants he says he wants in the country. He said it multiple times. So it is a direct opposition to what is being said. Similarly to the way Christian supporters of his talk about how they're Jesus minded. They'd hate Jesus. They would hate Martin Luther King. They did hate Martin Luther King. So to this day, they still do. So all the people that they like to use and prop up for their moral clarity and how great of a superiority that they are over other folks are the folks that they hate, are the symbols of this country that they despise. Yo, they're ignoring and wiping out veterans, women, black folks, Latinos that were veterans and had their names etched in our history. Like, this is direct. There's no arguments about it. The only thing we're missing is people being honest when they're supporting it and be like, yeah, actually, I hate anyone that's not a straight white male Christian in this country, and that's what this is all about. That's really what this party's about.
Yeah, so look, I like it as a sort of rhetorical thing. I don't think that Trump would ever allow them to take it back. If anything, he would melt it down or something to make gaudy metal shoes, I don't know. Maybe turn it into Melania, although he'd probably want it to show some leg or something.
Put his face on it instead.
Exactly. Let's get the Photoshop going. Hey Grok, can you make me Trump as the Statue of Liberty? But anyway, yeah, I hope someday that we can once again deserve the idea of that image. But as of right now, we've never been farther from it, perhaps. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.